The San Diego real estate market may have peaked for 2025, at least in certain areas. So that's what we're going to dive into as the new numbers just came out. We're going to let you know what's going on in the San Diego real estate market. And as always, it's super important to know what's going on in your specific situation, because this data that we're going to go over is for all of San Diego County. So what if you're looking at a specific price point in single family homes or townhomes or condos? All these markets operate a little bit differently. All these neighborhoods operate a little bit differently. So it could be different for your specific situation. We have a buddy who is going into looking for homes. He's in the real estate market. He's kind of figuring out if he's going to buy, all that kind of stuff. And he gets our weekly newsletter every single week, our free weekly newsletter. And he, in there, we always have an article of what's happened with the market. And in our last week's video, we had different price points, what was going on with buyers, with sellers, different price points. But in the letter, it was kind of saying a few of those same stories where some places are seeing quick market times with some competition. Some other price points are seeing longer market times with less competition. So that's why I let him know it really depends on your specific situation. But nonetheless, let's see what's happening in the real estate market, because most of the trends are going to be the same. So the first thing that may have peaked in San Diego is new listings. Back in May of 2025, we peaked out at 3,755 new listings. Since then, you can see it's come down since June and July, the last few months. And typically when we peak up, this one peaked last year in May. We did have a little more bump in August, but not that much. Usually when we do see a peak, we kind of see a downtrend. We don't usually see two peaks. Back 2022, it was in June, in July, and in July. So a little bit earlier this year than in years past. But right now we're sitting at 3,421 new listings did pop up in July. The second number that may have peaked in June of 2025 is the active listings. So not only the new homes, but homes that were already on the market. We were sitting at just nearly 7,000 1 month ago. Now it's down to about 6,500 in July. You can see it's still up from last year, about 12.2%, but it is coming down. Same thing here. Once we peak, we usually see kind of that downtrend continue through the end of the year. So whether it be May, June, July, or even where we peaked out here in October of 2023, from there on, you usually see the number of active listings go down. And part of the reason for that is less new listings, like we just said, and homes that are sitting on the market are tending to sell without the new inventory coming on the market. So that is going to tend to drop. Pending listings is important to look at because it is homes that are under contract that do have an offer, that are in escrow. All those things mean the same thing. But if this is going up, that means there's usually a little more buyers in the market. If this is going down, it's less competition out there. So more pending homes compared to last month just means that there were more homes that went under contract. So it did see a little tick up, but you see this kind of jump up and down here and there, for most of the years. But once we get to the latter parts of the years, you see all these low points are going to be December. So we have a few months of chop here where probably not going to jump up super big unless we do see mortgage rates drop down. If mortgage rates drop down like they have been over these past few months, or past few weeks rather, I'll show you where we're at right now. But we might see this jump up because lower mortgage rates equals more purchasing power. And just psychologically, a lot of buyers out there, oh, it's 6.5. Mortgage rates are going down. It's now a good time to get in the market as prices are softening a little bit. So let me show you where mortgage rates are real quick. So right now, mortgage rates are at the lowest point they have been back here in April of this year. Got down to 6.6. Before that, it was back at the end of 2024 before we saw it under this number. So as of now, 6.58%. And these will show you good trends, but just like different situations, different price points, all that, this number is going to vary depending on qualifications, on price point, on your loan amount, all that kind of stuff. So this is going to give you a ballpark. Are rates going up or are they going down? Right now we're trending down, sitting at 6.58%. And here's another one showing just that competition level. This is the closed sales. So usually closed sales, we're looking, maybe they went pending either 1 to 2 months ago. Usually typical when you're in escrow, typical from when you actually get your offer accepted onto a home until it actually closes is anywhere between 30 to 45 days. Right now we have one which is much quicker than that. It's only a few weeks. We have one at 25 days, but it could really vary. So just ballpark, let's give it about 30 days. So these were actually under contract the previous month, but the closed sales is down 8.4%. So this is important once again, just to kind of see the amount of competition out there. If this is going up by quite a bit, if this is way more than we have seen in past years, that means there's more buyers in the market than there have been in years past. Now, if you're having more homes come on to satiate those buyers that are out there, it's not going to really affect that. But if you have less buyers and also more homes coming on, like we did see this year, you're going to see a little bit of softness in the market as far as competition, as far as days on market. And I'll show you in a little bit as far as what homes are selling for. So how long are homes sitting on the market? Right now, July 2025, as far as those numbers go, we're sitting at 31 days, which was a massive, almost 41% compared to last July, which was 22 days. Now we'll likely see this continue to go up as we did in 2024, as we did in 2023, and most of the previous years, where we do keep going up as far as days on market going into the end of the year. Why is that? Our busy season, the time that the most buyers are out there, are just the months that just passed. So April, May, June, going into July, that's when we typically see the most action out there. Because a lot of people who want to move, especially if you got kids, you want to go shopping during the summertime, get them into that new home before school starts. That's when the most buyers are out. So typically that's our busy seasons as we go towards the end of the year. That's going to be a little bit slower, longer market times for sellers, and a little bit less demand out there. Unless, like I said, if mortgage rates continue to fall, if we go under 6.5, start approaching that 6% level towards the end of the year, this might change. Homes might sell a little quicker, and we might see a little bit more demand out there. Now, what are homes selling for? If a home's listed for $1 million, is it selling for $1 million or is it selling for less? Well, right now it is selling for less. So let's say $1 million home on average is selling for $975,000. Back in even these last few years, May 2024, like these few months in 2024, in 2023, and then this huge spike in April of 2022 before we saw interest rates creep up super quick, not creep up, shoot up super quick, right? That huge drop that we're seeing right here, that's when prices started to drop. But we're at 107%. So $1 million home was selling for $1,070,000. And a lot of that was because of the competition, the number of buyers out there. If you're looking at a house and there's only limited amount of homes for sale, but there's a lot of buyers out there, all those buyers, usually we're getting counter offers for highest and best. All of them are competing against each other. That's driving up the price well above the list price, which we saw a lot of. Right now, less buyers, less multiple offer situations. Homes that have sat a little bit longer are getting lower offers, hence that 97% of the original list price. Now, sales price has been a little bit flat. March, April, May, June, July, little bump right there in July. But this whole year, it's been relatively flat. We didn't have this run up until June, this run up here, this run up here, all these previous run ups. It's been relatively flat. And here we have shows per listing. How many showings are we getting per listing? Now, this isn't pulling in all the data. This is like through, I believe it's Showing Time, which is one specific app that does track how many showings are going to a house. But like back here in March 2021, we were getting well over 9 showings per home. So that 3 is a little low, but nonetheless, the trend. So where are we trending? Are we seeing a lot more showings? Are we seeing a lot less showings? Well, yeah, definitely a lot less than March 2021, definitely a lot less than January 22. Back here in April of 23, we've just been a little bit flat, little up, little down as far as the number of shows per listing. Even right now, sometimes we're getting a lot of showings that first weekend. Sometimes we're getting very limited showings on homes that are coming on the market. So in San Diego, we've likely seen the number of new listings and the number of active listings on the market peak for the year. Those are going to continue to trend down, so less homes on the market. So as a buyer, you're likely going to see less homes pop up in your search, whether it be Zillow, Redfin, our search tool, whatever the case may be. You're likely going to see less homes coming into your searches. And for sellers out there, you're likely going to see the days on market continue to go up. So longer market times for your home. So just plan accordingly if you're planning your next move, if you're relocating out of state, whatever the case may be. Just make sure to add a little bit more time, especially as we go towards the end of the year. There's still going to be home selling. There's still going to be buyers coming in the market. There's still going to be all of the normal real estate stuff going on. But typically towards the end of the year, the number of closed sales goes down. Obviously, the new listings are going down. So all those numbers continue to trend down towards the end of the year. But if you guys are thinking about making the move, and you want to speak about your specific situation and really dive into your goals, we would love to earn your business. I'm Chris Erickson with the Living in San Diego crew, and we got your back when making the move here in San Diego.